Ever wonder why the more you say, "I will never do that again," the more you find yourself doing it again? It's all about the power of words, my friends. These seemingly simple tools of communication have the ability to shape our reality in ways we often overlook. You see, certain words, particularly the negatives like don't, not, never, and so on, they tend to baffle our subconscious mind. It's like trying to paint a picture with invisible ink. Now here's something intriguing. Our subconscious mind and the universe, they're much like a camera, capturing only the present moment, the now. They aren't wired to process the future or the past. So when you say, "I won't do that again," your subconscious hears, "Do that again." Quite a conundrum, isn't it? So if the subconscious mind doesn't understand negative words, what does it understand? Let's delve deeper into this fascinating topic in the next segment. The subconscious mind understands words differently than you might think. This enigmatic part of our psyche operates on a level beyond our conscious thought. It takes in information, processes it, and responds without us even being aware. It's like a high-speed train, continuously moving, never stopping, always processing. Let's consider a simple, everyday scenario. Imagine telling a child, "Don't spill the milk." What's the first image that pops into your head? More likely than not, it's the very act of milk spilling. This is because our subconscious minds latch on to the action described, spilling milk, and overlooks the negative command, "Don't." Now, you might be wondering why this happens. The reason is, our subconscious mind doesn't process negations like don't, not, never. It focuses on the action or the object in the sentence. So when you say, "Don't spill the milk," your subconscious mind simply hears, "Spill the milk." And often, the result is exactly what you were trying to avoid. This principle applies not just to children, but to adults as well. If you're constantly telling yourself, "I won't procrastinate," guess what you're likely to end up doing? That's right, procrastinating. Because your subconscious mind is hearing procrastinate, not don't procrastinate. This isn't to say that our subconscious minds are working against us. On the contrary, they're incredibly powerful tools that we can harness to our advantage. By understanding how the subconscious mind interprets language, we can change the way we talk to ourselves and to others. We can shift our language from negative commands to positive affirmations. Instead of saying, "Don't spill the milk," we can say, "Hold the milk steady." Instead of telling ourselves, "I won't procrastinate," we can affirm, "I will start working on this task right away." So, how can we harness the power of the subconscious mind to create the reality we want? Well, it all starts with being mindful of our language. Words have power, and the language we use can shape our actions and our realities. The key to harnessing the power of the subconscious mind lies in the language we use. Now, let's delve deeper into the power of positive language and how it can significantly influence our subconscious mind. You see, the subconscious mind is like a fertile garden. Whatever seeds we plant, whether they be positive or negative, will inevitably grow. Our thoughts and words are those seeds. So, it's crucial that we plant seeds of positivity and abundance. For instance, let's consider the phrase, "I won't be late." It might seem harmless on the surface, but what our subconscious hears is late. It doesn't recognize the negation. It only registers the concept of being late. So instead, let's rephrase that. Let's say, "I will be on time." Here, we're planting the seed of punctuality, of respect for other people's time, of reliability. This principle applies to all aspects of our lives. Instead of saying, "I don't want to be poor," say, "I am attracting wealth and abundance." Instead of, "I can't do this," say, "I am capable and I will succeed." It's all about focusing on what you want rather than what you don't want. This way, you're feeding your subconscious mind with positive, empowering affirmations. You might be wondering, does it really make a difference? The answer is a resounding yes. Numerous studies have shown that positive affirmations can significantly improve mood, reduce stress, and even boost performance. They can help us break free from negative thought patterns and foster a more optimistic outlook. So let's make a conscious effort to replace negative language with positive affirmations. Let's be mindful of the words we use, understanding that they are powerful tools that can shape our reality. And remember, the subconscious mind and the universe focus on the now. So let your words reflect the present moment. Don't dwell on past mistakes or future worries. Instead, affirm your present success, your present happiness, your present abundance. Because the power of now is truly transformative. Let's use it to our advantage and create the life we desire and deserve. The power of now is immense, and it's right at your fingertips. You see, this very moment, the now, is the only reality your subconscious mind recognizes. Time, as we understand it, is a man-made concept. To your subconscious mind, the past, the future, they simply don't exist. There's only the present, the now. By focusing your thoughts and words on the present moment, you're speaking a language your subconscious mind understands. You're telling it exactly what you want, right here, right now. And guess what? It listens. It starts to create a reality reflecting your now-focused thoughts. So shift your focus. Be mindful of your words. Instead of saying, "I won't do that again," say, "I am doing this now." You're not just changing your language, you're changing your reality. The power of your words is immense, so choose them wisely. In conclusion, remember that words have power. We've journeyed through the labyrinth of the subconscious mind, dissected the language it understands, and discovered that it doesn't recognize words like don't, not, never, no more, and ever again. This is why when you say, "I won't do that again," it often happens again. We've also explored the power of positive language and how it can shape our reality. By choosing words that reflect our desired outcomes, we can influence our subconscious mind to work towards these goals. One of the most potent words we can use is now. The subconscious mind and the universe only recognize the present moment. So let's shift our language to the present, to now. Be mindful of your words. Be conscious of your language. Choose words that reflect your desired reality. We hope you found this video insightful. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment to help us continue creating content like this. Your words are important to us.